All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is TJ, and you are joining me for Stretch Break. All you will need is a chair. We can do it on the ground as well, and I'll show that option if need be. So I will, hopefully my chair is slightly in view. Just slightly angle it down a little. All right. So starting off, if you are in a chair, I just want you to sit up tall, and I want you to I'm going to take my left knee, and we're going to go back and forth. But I want you to take your hand, and I want you to push that left knee in, and then bring it back out. Push the right leg in, or right knee in, and then back out. So you're feeling the stretch through the outer hip. And so just alternating. And keeping that foot flat on the floor as you're pushing that knee in. And of course, if you were on the ground, it would look something like that. So keeping the feet flat on the floor. All right, 3, 2, 1. All right. Still kind of staying in the chair, out of the chair. We're going to do a hamstring stretch, which is for the back of the leg. That right leg is going to be straight. The left leg is going to be bent. And we're going to either reach for calf, ankle, or toe. And if you're pointing that toe straight up in the air, you should also feel a little bit of that pull in the back of the lower leg or your calf. Excellent. All right, so let's switch legs. So right leg is bent, the left leg is straight, pointing that toe straight up in the air. If you feel like that is too much of a stretch, you could actually point your toe away from you and still reach for your calf, your ankle, or reaching for your toe, still feeling it through the back of the leg. That calf stretch would actually be good, especially since a lot of us wear shoes where we have there's the heel on them. So if those lower leg muscles are always tight, it's always good to do that stretch. Okay. All right. So now let's go to the glute. So back to the glute, kind of like the first one that we did. I want you to cross your left ankle over your right knee. And I want you to lean forward. If having that bottom leg bent on the floor, you can extend and you can lean into it. You won't feel it as much, but you can kind of gauge where to place your foot. So you can even slightly move it forward, so that way you're not feeling it so much through your hip. But if you have that foot directly underneath you, that bent leg, then you'll definitely feel it more. So like I said, feeling it in the glutes. All right, let's switch sides. So right ankle over left knee. And again, if it's a little tight, you can actually scoot that foot out a little forward and then just lean. And again, this time I'm now feeling it on my right side. Excellent. All right, so let's come out of that. So you can do this next stretch, either on the floor or standing. If you're going to do it standing, I would suggest either holding onto a wall or a chair, but doing that knee hold, so where you're going to pull your knee up, kind of like you're hugging your knee. If you're standing, it requires balance, but if you were to lie down, you would draw that knee into you and then just hold. And again, feeling the stretch kind of through the underside, and then almost into the low back a little bit. So let's switch and go the other side. So again, if you're standing and you need to hold on to a chair or a wall, otherwise you could do this lying down. But again, pulling that knee in and maintaining the balance. Excellent. So like I said, you could do that one on the ground. All right. So now to make sure that we're getting through the inner thigh, standing, it would be more of like a side lunge. So if I turn to the side, I'm sitting back. This leg is bent, but I'm not completely over to where I'm shifting the weight on my toe, and the other leg is straight. If that is too much, you can sit and then you can lean into it. So keeping the leg straight here, but the leg is bent here, and then I'm hanging onto my chair just so I don't fall out of it. And feeling that stretch through the inner thigh. Now, I would encourage, if you are, like if you do sit a lot, try to do it standing. Just get yourself up out of your chair. All right, let's go other leg. Whether it's your right leg or your left leg is feeling that stretch through the inner thigh. And if you remember, like I said, sitting back into it, so that way you keep your knee kind of behind your toe, because otherwise if I lean too far forward, then I start feeling that pressure is kind of moving to the front of my foot instead of back into my heel. So still holding that there. Excellent. All right. So the next one, again, if in the chair, I want you to sit up tall and I want you to rotate your body. Let's sit up tall, rotate. You might feel a couple or hear a couple of snap, crackle, pops. So just stretching out through the core. Excellent. All right, so let's go other side. So again, feet flat on the floor. And you could do this one on the floor as well, where you're sitting on the ground and you're crossing. And you're doing one of these numbers. So where it's opposite arm to opposite knee. And you're twisting. Excellent. All right. Okay, so for the next one. So again, if you're sitting in your chair, fine. Otherwise, I encourage that you stand. So you reach, so interlock your fingers overhead, really reaching, feeling that stretch underneath your shoulder. And again, if you are in a sitting position, which is most of us, I would encourage to stand. And then I want you to lean. If you want to feel a little bit more through that outer kind of hip into the oblique, feet together, and then lean to the side. And again, I'm close to a wall, so I can hang on to that if I need to. All right, so feet are still close together. And now I'm leaning to the other side. So by having those feet close together, I feel that stretch travel down. Otherwise, if I feel like my balance isn't so great, I could step with a wider foot or a wider stance. Feel it a little bit, not as much. Excellent. All right. So interlocking your fingers. So either standing or sitting. Turn to the side, but you're going to push your elbows back. Push your head back into your hands. And I want you to feel the openness through the chest. Excellent. Great job. Keep breathing. Excellent. So let your arms down, shake it out. Sometimes that one is a little much. All right, so let's go into next stuff. So working on the muscles within our neck. We've done this many times. So we're going to go chin is actually going to turn, and then it's going to be looking over or kind of towards my right shoulder. And what I want you to do is now I want you to kind of look down just a little bit. Just a little bit. So I don't want you to force the turn of looking over to your right shoulder, nor do I want you to force the turn looking down, but just do what you can. All right, so bring it back to center. So now let's go left. So left side, so chin to left shoulder. And again, I'm not forcing it. I'm just doing what I can. And now I'm going to move my head or move my chin downward. So I'm feeling the stretch. It's not behind the ear. Well, it's not under the ear, but it is behind the ear. Excellent. So bring that head back to center. All right, this one we've done probably 2 or 3 times. One of my favorite stretches. I want you to take your mouth and I want you to keep it closed and I want you to look straight up in the air. And when you do, push your jaw forward so you feel the stretch underneath your neck. All right, ready? Go. Excellent. So again, because we're always looking down, whether we're typing or on our phone, that's always a good stretch. All right, one last one. I want you to wrap your arms the best that you can around your body, and I want you to roll down. So if you notice that curve in my spine, as I slowly move downward, I feel it travel down my back, the middle of my back, into my lower back. I'm going to let my arms hang down. And I want you to give yourself a great big hug. Now be careful as you come back up. Slowly, since your head was below your heart. I don't want you to get those sparkles where you feel like your blood pressure might drop a little bit and you might feel a little dizzy. When you get to the top, roll the shoulders back, the small circles. Excellent. All right, shake it out. Shake, shake, shake. All right, great job, everyone. All right, so for today, we have yoga at 4:30. We have 2 days, today and tomorrow, left to sign up for summer summits. You can just shoot us an email if you are interested in doing that. Starts on Monday. Otherwise, we will see you guys tomorrow. All right, have a great day.